Imagine if we had a country that was adjacent to us that was shooting missiles into our sovereign land. Imagine Mexico was shooting a missile, shooting missiles and rockets and all types of armaments. Imagine this shooting this. Imagine what that would be like. Think about this. What would we do? Would we talk about it? Would we think about it? Would we say, please, whoever the hell the president is, stop it. Stop doing this. Huh? Would we do that? I think not. Would we, oh, I don't know, retaliate? Better yet, what would we do? Forget we. What would Israel do if some group of, whether it's Hezbollah, Hamas, name it, did skirmishes, shot, threatened them? What do you think they would do? Would they go to the UN? Would they talk? Would they say, hey, talk to Abu Mazen or the Palestinian authorities? Say, you got to stop doing this. What do you think they would do? No. I think retaliatory measures would be in order. And that's why, if you elect me, POTUS, Lotus for POTUS, Lionel of the United States, I promise you, I would pick up the phone and call up whatever the hell his name is. He said, listen to me. I'm going to make a deal with you. I got a heads up. You've got these cartels there, Sinaloa, whoever they are, the Zetas. I'm going to blame you. Because they're coming from your country. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this as a military attack against my sovereign nation. That's what I'm going to do. I am going to attack you. And I'm going to let you sort it out. Let you figure it out. Let you do something. You haven't been, because you're flooding our country with fentanyl. You're flooding our country with illegals. You're threatening it. Enough. They think El Chapo is under this delusion. Because the southern border, the cartels are involved in all of this. They're there. I'll wipe them out. Like you can't believe. You know what Putin did one time? It was right around, forgive me, I just thought about it now. It was around the Jarablus corridor, Turkey. Remember that they had those ISIS trucks coming in, or took them out. Took them out. That was the end of it. I've had it. Oh, Biden's thinking about maybe building the wall. The hell with the wall. I know exactly where these people are. I'm telling you. I'm warning you. You are attacking us. This is a threat. Do you think what? We have to wait for you to shoot us? You may not have rockets yet, but you're attacking us. You're invading our sovereignty. I've had it. I'll give you a time frame. I'll give you a couple of months. That's it. So listen, President, whatever your name is, you get a hold of your guys and you call them, because I know you know them. Don't tell me this. Don't be this nonsense about, I don't know who they are. Stop it. Bullshit. We know and you know who these people are, okay? That's what we're going to do. Under Lotus, I'm the new sheriff in town. That's it. I'm turning into, I've never felt like this before. Have you? Are you like this? I've had it. I can't take this anymore. I want to unleash. I want to unload. I want to show military. I want them to be afraid. Or as we say in Hell's Kitchen, scared. I want them to be scared of us. They don't respect us anymore. Who feels the same way? They don't respect us anymore. Oh, I would terrify out of these people. They would say, what are you doing? I got to get this damn Mexican president. What the hell is this Mexican president? I have no idea. Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador. Okay, Manny. That's what we're going to do. How do you like that? That's what we're going to do, Manny. And I'll give you a chance. I'll give you a shot at it. I'll make it look like at least, you're pretending to run the show, but that's it. That is it. Ladies and gentlemen, Rite Aid joins us. Looking for cheap products and an over-the-counter prescriptions? Rite Aid has you covered. Stop in today to see products that range from canned goods to home goods. Thank you so much, Rite Aid. One day, I want to meet you. And I want to say thank you. Of course, thank you. But I also want to say, I want to meet that mind of yours who comes up with this. This is the most, I don't know how you do this. Thank you. That's my thing. I'm an animal. I have no say. And all of a sudden they're going to say, you think they mean it? Yeah. All of a sudden, okay. We have intel, Obrador. We have intel that how about some of these cartel names? Let's get the good names there. Names of Mexican cartel. We even know the names. We got the Sinaloa, the CGANG, the Gulf Cartel, Los Metros, Knights Templar Cartel, Los Viagras, the Viagras, LFM, Los Zetas, Sinaloa. We're gonna go with them first. We're gonna go with them. And something tells me, Obrador, you probably have a lot of intel. I'll bet half of the people on your staff are being paid off by these people. We know how this is done. What, you think you're the only person who came up with a graft? Hell, we had Capone before anybody else. And watch this. And then I would take people down into the situation room and say, watch this. Did you ever see this? I'd call my friends over. Come to the White House. Yeah, I'm going to show you something. But you can't tell anybody you saw this. You got it? You got it? Watch this. Watch what happens. Okay, see that thing right there? All of a sudden, here we go. And all of a sudden, some drones come in, some hellfires, and all of a sudden, this whatever this encampment is, it's gone. We pick up the phone. Hello? Yeah. Is this the Sinaloa cartel? Hi. Yeah, this is Lotus. Yeah, I'm the new president. Lionel. ¿Cómo anda? ¿Qué tal? Listen. Yeah, I told you. You didn't think I'd do that, yeah? We have some others marked. Would you like me to tell you where they are? I'll tell you if you like. We got them already marked. We already have the coordinates locked in. Yep. I don't think you think I'm serious. You know what? Where are you now? Okay, look out your window. I'll call you back. Hit it. And see this. Now, does this sound crazy? Yeah. You know why it sounds crazy? It sounds crazy because we don't do that. We have to scare that out of these people. You understand what I'm saying? I mean that. When they hear, oh no, you know that crazy guy they elected this president, Lote, Lionel, que malo. That's right. I'm bad. I'm real bad. And that leads me to my next thing. I don't know where you are, but we are seeming to have here in our own homegrown, this degenerate group of, I don't know who these people are. I think they're just degenerates. They're all these weird and strange and very odd criminals. They're horrible. And they do things that make no sense. And what they do is they attack people. They attack innocent people, innocent family members, They jump in a woman's car. They stab this guy. I saw something today that they might have gotten an Antifa person. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. Nobody deserves to be hurt. They're driving around, jumping on cars because there's no, I don't know what you want to call it. There's no action. Looting? 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 Did you see the Lululemon store in Philly? Now here's what you want to know what I want to do? This is what I can't wait for. I can't wait for this. Now, nobody's going to know this except for me and my crack unit, the ninjas. We're going to have at our disposal some of the weirdest stuff anybody's ever seen. Crowd control. Did you ever see the thing where you turn up the heat? All of a sudden you direct it, you turn the heat up and it's like, and they're just, they can't move. They're, you got that? Yeah. It's kind of like that. Or a sound, some type of a sound cannon, or things that just rubber bullets, big tanks with water cannons and whatever nets and stuff that, just dogs. Oh yeah. Just waiting to show you, just waiting. And we're going to have intel because police have intel because they don't do these things spontaneously. Somebody's watching. We have our own spooks. We have our own CIs. We have people on the street. They let us know. And somebody will say, listen, tonight there's going to be because it doesn't just happen spontaneously. And even if it does, Philly's not that big. We can be there in a couple of minutes. And then all of a sudden, they hear this noise. And what is that? And they start seeing these machines come down. Philly, the streets are very narrow, so that's a problem. But they're saying, what is this? And all of a sudden, open her up. And when you get this water cannon that just takes out the whole street, that's it. And we're not done yet. Rubber bullets, the heat thing, the sound thing. And we want the bad guys, like the cartel, to say, holy, what was that? Who were those people? New sheriff in town. New sheriff in town. Absolutely. All stores, one entrance. Like Costco. All stores, one entrance. One entrance. All stores, one entrance. You got to go in, you got to come out. Mandatory security. And I don't mean some guy sitting there with a whacking hat patch on. Then whacking hat's not like a name. Sitting there with no. I'm talking serious. You want to go in? You want to run out? You got to go through these guys. You got to do it. And you can't. You can't do it. One entrance. That's it. Try it. Try it. I don't understand this. Well, these people came in there. No. One entrance. I don't understand. What are we doing? What are we waiting for? Ladies and gentlemen, he's back from parts unknown, weight unknown. Number 16 in your program. Number 1 in your heart. I give you mower, man. Perfect solution, Mr. Lionel. I am CEO of a manufacturing company, and my people all know one thing. I am a peach to work with until you F with the franchise. You do that, you will see punitive action immediately. Works like a charm. Oh, absolutely. And you know what, mower man? You know what? They respect you for it. They respect you for it. That's the part that kills me. They respect you for it. Don't ever let anybody fool you. Don't ever let anybody fool you. And as president, I'm going to say, all right, that's enough. I want some of that Ukraine money back. What? I want that money back. Zelle, come here. Give me that money back. Don't let Zelle go. Enough. We gave you too much. Back it up. Claw back. Where'd that money go? I want an audit. Did you get every penny? I want to make sure we got here $24 billion. You better have $24 billion in receipts. Wait a minute. What's this? This went to some. Hey, isn't that your company? Wait till we find out where that money went. Oh, the scam. And don't give me this Jim Jordan business. Oh, please. This kabuki theater. I'm so sick of these people. I'm so sick of these people. I want anybody who screws things up. By the way, you know, I think Matt Gaetz is a creepy, smarmy. You know it. Would you let Matt Gaetz around your daughter? No. But you know what? Good for him in this case. Because he's so crazy, he doesn't care. Matt Gaetz doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's a nut. But he's a talented nut and he's smart. But he loves it. He got what he wants. Oh, he got what he wanted. He's the big man now. Okay? But that's a sideshow. That's just a sideshow. I just did a whole thing. They're actually talking about military action, and some people say, "Oh, we can't do that." The hell you can't. See, it's one of those things. It's just these. When you talk about Israel, there's one thing they had a problem with people coming in. This was during the second Intifada, I think, coming in and blowing things up, blowing buses up. It was terrible. So they had these. You can call they're really gates, but so hard to get through. And whenever you went someplace, if ever you went to a restaurant, there was always some guy standing in the front, just armed like you cannot believe. I mean, I don't mean just have a pistol, but I mean, it just was, and you felt okay. They had young girls who were part of their IDF training, walking around with they had military grade assault military weapons, slung over their arm. They're on a date where everybody had guns. Everybody had guns. And you know what? No more suiciders, as they say. And if you walked up to there's no way. I mean, you wouldn't even do it. And it was all because of guns. It just. They knew what to do. And you know what? That stopped. It just stopped. I don't know what we're talking about. Now we've got this jadrul, Eric Adams, who's a moron. Listen to Eric Adams speak. Just listen to him. Anything. His name, the days of the week, anything. And you tell me what you think. There is nobody today. There is nobody in any section or quadrant of the nation, in any position, who is as big a moron as this guy. And he says, we're going to go to Mexico City to learn. To what? Well, we're going to learn. Learn what? What do you not understand? Well, to find out the reason. You don't know why they're coming here? You idiot. Don't give me this crap. You're over there and you're making business deals. Don't give me this business about you're going to go to find out. What's the real story? He says, I'm going to be in Mexico City. Here's my cell number. Anybody want to meet with the mayor of New York? I'll be in Mexico City. Ostensibly, I'm going to go to find out. Come on, stop it. This guy is so incompetent, it's not even funny. Next, Lotus for POTUS. Big trucks. How many of you folks, would mind having an ID card? Anybody? Ladies and gentlemen, there's Ramona. Ramona, you sweet thing. Thank you so much. So kind. They only look like giants because we're on our knees. It's so encouraging to see all races coming together, chanting, you work for us, at the immigrant meetings in Chicago. Thank you so much, Ramona. You are so sweet. You are absolutely right. I love that. They only look like giants because we're on our knees. Thank you for that. So, so kind. So incredibly kind. I'm not one to weep, but if I was, I would break the rules with this. Now, let me ask you this question, and this is very, very important. And Ramona, we're going to start with you. I'm going to tell you that as your president, as Lotus, I'm going to say, here's my card. This is my card. This says New York. This is a little card, a little New York card. But let's assume this has a chip on it. It's got my name and all this stuff. And I'm going to have this. And you can stop me anytime you want. Officer, I'll wear it here. I'll wear it around my neck. I'll wear it here. I have it on my phone. You want to give me passport, a vaccine passport? I'll wear this. You can stop me anytime. And we're going to drive around and we're going to say, hey, see that guy over there? Yeah. Stop him. I don't think he's around there. Hold it. Are you profiling? You goddamn right I'm profiling. Better believe it. What's wrong with profiling? What's wrong with profiling? It's not against the law. Yeah. Damn right we're profiling. Is that what you call it? What do you think is what does that mean, profiling? Did you ever hear about the drug courier profile? Supreme Court has ruled that okay years ago. You're at the airport. There's a guy. I remember this. We had cases like this. There's a guy coming from South America, no luggage, looks Latin, buys a one-way ticket, paid in cash. Can I talk to you for a moment? What? You can't stop him. Oh, yes, you can. Supreme Court drug courier profile. No bid. No bid. See that guy? Yeah. Fresh sneakers walking around. Yeah, stop him. Excuse me, sir. Yes. La carta. ¿Tú tienes qué? La carta. No. Get in the truck. Let's go. There's one. You. Show us your lark. You got one of these? And you can try to, and they'll try to counterfeit them. Remember the phony vaccine cards, and they'll try that. But there's ways to get around that. And you just round everybody up, and that's it. You can't do that. The hell you can't do that. You said people couldn't go to work, couldn't go to church, couldn't go here unless they had masks and cards and vaccines. And you did that. You had no problem. What was the reason for that? Oh, yes, I know what it was. It was the pandemic. Okay, well, we have a pandemic right now. We have a complete and total erosion of our sovereignty. That's what's happening. And we're going to put an end to that immediately. That's it. Period. What about the heartache? Damn right there's heartache. That's what you get. That's what you get. Try going into an airport. Try flying in to, I don't know, any place and say, I don't have a passport. I ain't going to tell you who I am. And I ain't going to tell you what I'm doing here. What? Listen, Pierre, I ain't going to tell you who I am. I'm not going to show you a passport. Let me get out of the way. I'm coming into Paris. I got a baguette with my name on it. Let's go. Let me go. Get out of the way. No, you can't. Don't give me that stuff. Okay, Clouseau. I'm coming through. It won't work. But you can do it here. Even at JFK, they stop you at JFK at the airport. Excuse me, where are you from here? How long are you going to be here? And meanwhile, they're coming over. Oh, but if you were with this group coming over the mountains, no problem. No problem. Now, by the way, Matt brings up a good point. Matt talks about this. Matt talks about this thing called profiling as a legitimate law enforcement technique. Depends on locations, times, etc. Stop, question, and frisk. Matt, you obviously are talking about Brady against Maryland. And Brady against Maryland was, I think, 1968. And what that did was that said as follows. If you have reasonable suspicion to believe. Reasonable suspicion, not probable cause, not whatever, but reasonable suspicion. If you have reasonable suspicion, not probable cause, not prima facie, not reasonable doubt, none of that stuff, just reasonable suspicion to believe that a crime is being committed, was committed, or is about to be committed. You can stop that individual for a brief custodial stop. Ask for identification. What are you doing here? Etc., etc., etc. You can't start searching. You can conduct an exterior pat down for officer safety. You can pat down the exterior to see if there's anything that resembles a weapon or a knife or a revolver or a grenade. That's fine. That's fine. It's called a it's called a Terry stop. Stop, question. There's everything. We call it stop and frisk. This is stop, question, and frisk. It's the same thing. And you got to be able to say what's going on. Now, if you and I are in a patrol car and we're saying, what the hell's that guy doing? Look at it. He's in front of that liquor store. It's the third time he's walking around. He's looking inside. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. How with that? Come here. I'm not going to wait for him to break in. That's good. Reasonable suspicion? Yeah. Based upon the circumstance, my experience. Not a hunch. Better believe it. Better believe it. Question for the crowd. Would you carry a card, an ID card? Would you carry it. Do you have any problem with everybody mandatory? You got a driver's license. You gotta, and we're asking. We're not complaining. I'm not asking you. And don't give me that Germany business. Go, where are your papers? Where are your papers? Oh, they love to bring that one up. Stop it. Stop it. I want this. Anybody got a problem with that? No. That's it. And by the way, if Biden says, okay, we'll just give everybody a card. No. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. And every night, if I were the president of the United States, I would be on, I swear to God, I'd be on YouTube or whatever it was. I'd have my own channel. And I'd say, hello, folks, this is your president, Lotus for POTUS. Do you, dear friends, have a problem with this? I'm asking you, would anybody have a problem with that? Yes, I would. Why would you have a problem with an identification? Because of what? What? What do you think? What would you do? What? Do you know that whenever we have strikes, every now and then there'll be like a doorman strike, or there'll be, doorman or people, and everybody has to have an ID, like a little business ID or something to get into the building. And nobody says, how dare you? No, it makes sense. It's a different story. It's a completely different story. I'm telling you. We're ready for this. We are ready for this. Right, Ramona? Right, Moorman? We are ready for this. We are ready. Now look at this. Biden's building the wall. USA restarting deportations. Would you stop it? Now let me explain to you something too. You know, I have, and I've mentioned this to you before, and I have said it repeatedly. And as you know, that there are some folks out there who have some wonderful products that are available for you in the event you find that you need them. Specifically, one of them is our dear friends at My Patriot Supply. And if you go to preparewithlionel.com, you get a 3-month emergency food kit with a 25% off special. Listen to this. Listen to this very quick, right? That's preparewithlionel.com. Listen to this. Where is it? Where the hell? Here we go. The end of times, 71% of Americans, 71% of Americans believe, hang on a minute, 71% of Americans have no faith in the government to prevent doomsday. U.S. politics, this is out of Chicago, U.S. politics continue to be a chaotic subject, and a new poll finds the majority of Americans are rapidly losing faith in their country's leaders. From the ousting of the Speaker of the House to the mounting controversies engulfing the current presidential and his predecessor, over 7 in 10 people say there's no way they can trust to save them from an end of the world event. This is a doomsday. This is called eschatological. The end of times. 1 in 4. Listen to this. Hang on a minute. That's not it. Let me try this again. 1 in 4. Yep. 1 in 4 believe. Hang on a minute. This is even worse. 1 in 4, believe a nuke event or World War III will ignite the apocalypse. I know more young people, and they keep saying this. So, like I told you, when I said preparewithlionel.com, and okay, and you think, well, why would somebody be interested in that? Look at the products. Go to preparewithlionel.com. 25% off. Just to get you going. But it goes to show you the sense of, oh my God. This sense. And what I want And what I want you to believe, and what I would do as your president, as your lotus for POTUS, is I would make sure that you understood that my job is to calm you down and to say, oh, no, no, no. They're going to fear us, and you're going to go to bed at night understanding that there are people in the world who are saying, oh, no, 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 not America. No, not with that guy. No. Mm-mm. And that's the way it was with Trump. Do you remember that? Say what you want about Trump. Say what you want. Oh, he's crazy. With his crazy tweets, he's tweeting all the time. He's crazy. Trump's so crazy. Really? Really? He's crazy, huh? Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that because the way I see it, I think people liked it then. Oh, but they loved it. But he gave them a reason to live. They loved hating him. They loved it. Do you know people like that? Ramona. Do you remember that one? Do you remember that? They loved this. Ramona says, as long as it is not linked to our health records, I'm all in it. Profile away. Oh, absolutely. No, 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 no. Absolutely not. No. Here's my name. This is who I am. I'm a citizen. I live here. I'm proud. That's it. Period. Absolutely not. Health records? No health records. Hell no, I'm not going to health records. Chuck E. Cheese, by the way, want a fun place to have fun and enjoy some peace and quiet? Piece. Chuck E. Cheese has you covered. From arcade games to pizza, Chuck E. Cheese is the place to be. Chuck E. Cheese, where a kid can be a kid. You know, I've never been to a Chuck E. Cheese. I've never physically been into one before. I've never, ever. I think that was one of the best business models ever. So, Mr. Cheese, thank you. Queso, Galito queso, muchísimas gracias. Isn't this such a variety, a melange of people? You see, look, I am the consummate civil libertarian. The consummate libertarian. I am never, ever, 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 ever going to put anything in my body. I'm never going to put any kind of RFID chip. Chucky says peace. Peace. That's okay. I like the first one better, Chuck. Don't worry, Calito queso. No problem. Listen to me. No problem. Okay? ¿Me entiende? ¿Oíste? Oh, I am ready for Freddie. I am ready for Freddie. Wait till we have the prosecutors. We have the habitual misdemeanor department. Then we have broken window teams. We have the Hercules units. Then we have the rapid response, the emergency response. We have people that say, oh my God. Oh my God. And then we have new statutes. Go to your legislature. For example, when one or more people meet together in part of some riotous cacophony, it's not going to be a riot. It's going to be something like seditious conspiracy, whereas you are acting as a form of domestic terror. Remember when they would call everything terrorism? Remember that? They would call it, let's say, you're heaving a missile. Absolutely. Next, where was that, honey? They were talking about the death penalty for kids. Florida. In Florida, they're talking about instituting the death penalty for child sex abusers and the like. Well, I have been and have always been. Look at this. 1-800-LIONEL. Kicked out of Chuck E. Cheese? 1-800-LIONEL. Thank you. Thank you, me. Thank you for that. Excellent. For years, I've said the notion of the death penalty, I was against it because of the fact that so many people that the system was wrong and it was stupid. And I don't want anybody even getting anywhere near the death penalty because there's no way you can appeal the death penalty. And once it happens, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. You know what? If it works, I don't think it will, but I'm ready to reconsider it. I'm ready to reconsider it. Let's talk about kids for a moment, okay? The number one reason why, the reason why, and I want to be careful with the words I use because of the sensibilities of different algorithms and like, but when adults are targeted for violence of that particular nature, that's one thing. That's about power, domination, violence, whatever it is. But the target is somebody you're roughly a contemporary. Maybe not in terms of gender, but your age group. Not that it doesn't, you're not to be celebrated or lauded for that. That's just the truth. When you are a child, then the motivating factor is a fact of the innocence, the degradation of innocence, and also the differential of power, overwhelming power, the overwhelming how do I say this? The dissemination of I'm overwhelming you. I pick my targets because I basically am vile. I am not on the same level with anybody else. I want something I can dominate, terrify, and destroy, especially if it's innocent or pure, or I want to destroy. I want to get there for the pathology of these people. It's beyond anything you've ever seen. It is so dark. It is so dark. Okay. Now, if those people are indeed apprehended, they being cowards, if all of a sudden the word goes out and you see 1, 2, 4, 10, especially in Florida. See, there was a place called Stark, Florida. I think they changed it to Florida. They changed it, but it was Stark. This is where Ted Bundy got it. This is where they had Old Sparky, and there was this road, this real thin, tiny road that you would drive down, and it separated the two. They would protest. When Ted Bundy was executed, there was a sign, I'll never forget. This woman had a sign that said shock, SHOCK, Khan, CON, Shaka Khan. And it was exhilarating. I thought it was ghoulish then, but not if you knew what Ted Bundy did. You see, I want to give you another example of something. I want you to listen to me carefully. I told you this story. There's a friend of mine who's a conservative type, kind of newsy guy in the biz. And he was telling me he was in China. And in China, with his girlfriend or lady friend or whatever it was, he noticed, and in this particular area that he was in, they had signs on the billboards and signs on the telephone poles or whatever it was on the walls. And this one guy says, "My name is, captain or sergeant or whatever this. I'm with this police department. This is my name. This is my cell number. If you see anything, call me. If you got a problem, call me. Anybody bothers you, call me. 24 hours a day. This is my number one because I'm in charge of this. And I like my job. And if crime goes up, this is what Comstat used to be. Call me. And believe me, they might have been nosy as hell. Really nosy. You got to be careful what you say. It wasn't, I'm not selling you on the freedom aspect of it, but nobody was mugged. Nobody was burgled. None. It did not exist. Yes, but those were totalitarian. I'm not defending China, but nobody was abused. Nobody. You could go any time of the day or night. No. And if anybody, and then my friend meets somebody And he said, let me ask you something. This Chinese fellow said, what would happen if somebody did something terrible to your daughter? What would happen? Seriously. He said, well, probably nothing. Okay. He says, you know what would happen here? I don't know what the time is, a week, a month. Done. Because what they do to your daughter, they do to us. Now, meanwhile, the title of tonight's disquisition is Trump's Soviet-style persecution barrels on. As we pretend to be involved in this, I guess, this world of, we're the best country in the world. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not even close to being the best country in the world. Whoever came up with that crazy idea? No, we're the best country in the world. No, we're not. Not even close. Look what they're doing to a former president of the United States. Look what they're doing to a former president of the United States. How is this even possible? How is this even happening? Are you not embarrassed of this? Are you not embarrassed? How they're treating him like garbage. They're parading him out. This is a former president of the United States. Ramona, Mower, how? Somebody tell me, how do you do this? Chuck E. Cheese, how do you do this? John Billow, or Bio says, LBGTQ plus want to hurt children throughout the illusion of political paradigms. We should be holding up the laws the southern states have everywhere for kids. I got to tell you something. And I thank you very much, John. Very good. I absolutely, positively, 100% tell you that as an adult, you can do whatever you want. You know what I know. We all know it. But when you take a child and you start putting into that child's world, that child's mentality, that child's idea, that somehow their gender is fluid, that they don't have to be a boy. What does that even mean? What does that mean? Kids who look under the bed because of a monster. Kids who don't know their favorite color. Kids who need to be reassured about lightning and thunder. And you're going to talk to them about what? No. Kids are so fragile. They're so fragile. They don't understand this stuff. They know. That's why you got to be very careful when they're growing up. Potty training, the Freudian difference. Don't make a big deal out of this thing. No. They're very very. One little thing goes wrong. One little thing, they can be forever affected. Self-esteem and the like. Mr. Billow says that terrorism, that's terrorism. They need to have fun and not worry about that crap. Absolutely. You're right about that, John. Kids need to care about little things, little stupid things. When a kid shows, we were someplace the other day, we were at the airport, and this little girl shows up. Remember the girl with the ballerina outfit on? That kills me. That kills me. Anytime I see that, my heart breaks. That's the cutest thing in the world. Little girl, she knew what a girl was, and she's at this JFK. She's running around with it. You think that girl can understand the nuances of genitalia and gender and LGBTQIA plus two spirit, a double queer? No. Do you think, here's one for you. I, as a kid, was always not frightened, but I did not understand clowns. Who likes clowns? Anybody? Did you like clowns? Liz brings up a good point. 220 likes. I need 400. I need 400, my friends. 400. Now, clowns. Clowns are scary. Do you know why? You know why clowns are scary? Because of the uncanny valley. And it's called coulrophobia. because they, if they started to, if they looked like, the uncanny valley, if they start to look, they start to appear recognizable from kind of robot like. They're cute, and then they get creepy, and then they say, whoa, wait a minute, and then they're scary now, and there's this, it's the uncanny valley. Morgan and Morgan for the people. That's funny. I know John Morgan started in Tampa. Did you know that? I know that. He's done very, very well for himself. John Morgan for the people. Very funny. So little kids, so here you are with clowns, and clowns scare them. I told you the story a million times. I went to see Home Alone, and there we're watching Home Alone, and the kid sees this Macaulay Culkin basically abandoned by his parents. That's the number one fear. Remember when you were a kid, you realized, my parents, they left me. Do you ever feel like, remember this? We have a lost child, sporting goods. What's your name, honey? Ramona. Her name is Ramona. She's lost she's lost her parents, or whatever. And that was a kid's fear. So this kid next to me was turning to his parents and said, they are going to come back, right? And I realized, because why? Because the people who did that did not understand the human fear. Who was traumatized by Bambi? Who was traumatized by Old Yeller? This was for kids. Kids don't understand this. Kids don't understand this. They don't get it. It's one of these things which makes no sense. Ali Tabooger says, it is probably the case that the obesity epidemic among kids today has more to do with stress than with laziness. They are inundated with an excess of images and sounds and are plugged in 24/7. Ali, by the way, thank you for that. We've talked about this and looked at it and studied it. And I think one of the problems, in addition to this, believe it or not, in addition to the fact of what people are eating and the fact that they're not exercising and all that, is the fact that they are eating GMO stuff. Let me stop for a second. I used to be big on this and nobody cared, but I still am. Your body may be in the position one day, and kids today, to never, ever have an actual, real, legitimate, genetic corn. Not BT corn, not Monsanto corn, not whatever, but real, non-GMO, plain old corn. Made by God, not GMO corn. Soy, wheat, sugar beets, in particular, canola, soy, corn chips, corn oil, wheat and bread, cereal. Your child will never, ever, most of the time, ever have a real, legitimate, actual molecule of real, non-laboratory modified stuff. No biodiversity, nothing. Think about that. Think about what that means. Think about what that means, and think of how it affects their way. Do you know that they found in India years ago, they found a number of water buffaloes, or that apparently had this undigested, I don't know, hay, wheat, whatever it was, that was in them, and they died, and they were doing necropsies and autopsies on these, and they found out that they were unable to process and assimilate this food. Make a long story short, it was similar, by virtue of not being able to absorb, it was similar to what celiac is. Remember celiac? They had these, you can't absorb, you can't benefit from this. So non-gluten. So one of the reasons why kids may be suffering tremendously, in addition to this idea of non-exercising, is the food itself. But let me go back to kids. Kids are afraid. Kids are anxious. Kids are told things. Kids are what kids are seeing in terms of pornography. It's not even pornography. It's not pornography. It's beyond this. Here's one for you. Ramona, by the way, Ramona says, my parents had to take me out of the theater screaming and crying from Bambi. And the worst part is you were 38 years old. Just kidding. Oh, Bambi was horrible. I remember Dumbo. The mother's inside the cage, and she puts her trunk through, and oh my, Old Yeller. That one, I couldn't believe that one. Come on, Paul. I swear to you, I may be, you know how sometimes I think we create memories, but I swear, I remember sitting next to my father, and I think that I saw this in Burton Plaza Theater. I think. This big theater we had. And I can remember Tommy Reddig, or what is his name? Anyway, and they were going to shoot the dog. I said, whoa. Are you going to, they're not going to, don't tell me they're going to shoot the dog. I said, why don't you take the dog to the vet? What is this? What do you mean you shoot it? Why? What, they can't pay the bill? I mean, I don't understand this. Come on, boy. I love you, Yeller. I said, what in the, who came up with this? I saw The Bear. Remember that one? The Bear. That was a real bear. And they shoot it. And, I was like, oh, no. Don't show a kid that. And I got off on a tangent. Imagine that happening. They don't understand clowns. Now, what's the difference between a scary clown and a 6'4" John Waters dystopian drag monster? Tell me what the difference is. Please, I ask you, I beg you, what's the difference? What's the difference? I beg you, I ask you, what's the difference? Tell me what the difference is. Tell me. What's the difference? You're in there. Hey, kids. Yeah. What the hell is this? Is that a man? I don't know. Why is he dressed like that? He's scary. Hello, kids. And they love to scare kids. They're not out there trying to spread, hey, we're happy. Let's do the ABCs, kids. Especially when these people are walking around with prosthetic whatevers. No, that's demented. And I don't want to hear anymore. Kids shouldn't do that. Kids do not understand what this thing means. You want to I hope you keep kids as long as you can in like some kind of a safe house or a safe room or something. So anyway, there's other better. So I'm getting off on a tangent with that. That's okay. Here's one for you. I saw some. Oh, did you see Michael Wolff's Fox book? 3,200. Oh, you don't think so? Maybe it did. See, Mrs. L is very good. It could be. I never thought about that. I never thought about that. Now here's one I don't understand. Listen to this story. Man jailed in UK's first treason conviction in 40 years was encouraged by AI chatbot. Jaswant Singh Chahal was sentenced to prison for 9 years for attempting to assassinate the Queen after discussing the plan with an AI companion. A man who attempted to do harm to Queen Elizabeth II with a crossbow after discussing the plan with an AI-powered chatbot has been sentenced to 9 years. A chatbot. You know what's happening with chatbots, right? You know what's happening with that, and nobody's even talking about it. You take those beautiful kids who are already questioning a lot of things, and you put them into a situation where the chatbot says, your parents don't love you. What? Your parents don't love you. They don't. Next, Army plans major cuts to Special Operations Forces, including Green Berets. After post 9/11 expansion, Army struggles with recruiting, focuses on China. How about that? Does that make sense to you? No. See, this is the thing. This is what you've got to understand something. My friends, I do not have any inclination whatsoever, never have, for the military. Okay? Never did. I, however, understand and respect the military. And I like to have people who are standing by who like being in the military. And I like people who, when they are in the military, they're real scary. They're real scary people. You understand this? Do you understand what I'm saying? They're really scary, okay? Now, this is the most important thing, and I say this very, very carefully. One of the things which is important to understand is that in order to have scary people doing these things, you must recognize the fact that you have to have these folks standing by to do things which are problematic. And there are a special breed of people who like to do this. And you have to go out and look for them. And you have to keep them happy. And you have to have these combat units. And you have to train them. And you have to be ready. And you have to anticipate every conceivable thing that could happen to your country, your world, or whatever. Up to and including new forms of cyber combat, telemetry, drones, whatever it is, and plain old infantry, Marines, special ops, SEALs, special forces, the whole bit. I promise you, listen to what I'm saying. There are no problems with Russia or China or anybody else with Spetsnaz or is that Spätzle? But there is no one advocating or suggesting or even announcing in China having a hard time recruiting people. I saw a picture one time of China of the marching band. The marching band scared me. They were holding trumpets and trombones like weapons. We are losing ourselves, my friend. Remember what I said before. They have to fear us. They have to fear us. We mean no harm. We have to stop this imperialism. We have to earn their respect. We got to close down bases. There's no reason why we're in these countries. No reason why at all. Stop it. You think that helps the world? Why do we want to have military? But why? Sorry. But by the same token, we got to make sure that when the going gets tough, we're there. All right? Now, my friends, think about that. Think about that. Think about it very carefully and ask yourself the question. What do you want to be? What country do you want this to be? That's what I want to know. What country do you want this to be? I want them to, whether they respect this, I don't know. I can't help respect. But I want them to fear us. And I don't want to go breaking down doors, going into other countries, and being imperialistic and the like. I don't want to do this. But what I want people to understand, very, very simply, is this. We want to be the last person anybody is ever want to talk to. And by the way, I'm not being grandiose. I'm not one of these people. I'm not a pacifist, but war is like amputation. You don't do it unless there's no other way around it. You don't do preemptive wars either. You don't go to Vietnam because you have some crazy idea about spreading. No. But the first thing I would do, the very first thing, I'd call Obrador from Mexico and say, guess what? I think you are going to have to learn a very important lesson. Because you've never taken us seriously. You never have. You just didn't care. You didn't care about anything. Nothing. We told you. We told you repeatedly. Fentanyl, borders, nothing. And you just said, well, and then when Trump was here, at least he says, we're going to build a wall and you're going to pay for it. And you laughed. And then we got rid of Trump. Well, look what the old man's doing right now. Even Mayorkas, they're building a wall. Gee, I wonder why. Because they're going to lose. And ladies and gentlemen of the jury, when Donald Trump wins re-election, I want you to stop right now. I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this. Think about November. Think about November of 2024. Think about what this is going to be like. Think about if you are able to say, or what you would think, if you hear, we are calling it now, ABC, CBS, it's official. Would he be the 46th president? Or would he still be the 45th? No, 46th. Would he be the 47th? Or no, I think he's still the 45th president. But anyway, what would you feel like if you heard that? What would you feel like? What? And I'm petty. Not Tom Petty, but I'm petty. Or not Richard Petty either. But I'm petty. There are people I would know. I'd say, oh, he won. Oh, God, I'm sorry. Doggone it. I'm sorry. Jeez. What are you going to do? That's what I would do. And just remember, it's this close. Remember, he gets a nomination. Bobby Kennedy whittles away and don't listen to these people. He whittles away the Gavin Newsom vote, and it's Trump. And here's why, and I want you to understand very, very quickly. Trump is going to be so pissed off. He's going to do things he's not going to even make up. He understands I can get down to business running. And you know what I wish he would do? I'm going to cancel the inauguration. Forget that. I'm going to go get to work. I'm not even going to bother. Let's go. Let's go to work. Screw that. Let's go to work. That would set no inauguration. I'll swear myself at the White House. That's it. I'm going. Not going to go through that nonsense anymore. No. Save the country the money. Forget it. You don't want to go anyway. And nobody's going to show up and nobody's going to want to play. Remember Andrea Bocelli? He was going to play. No, then Sam and Dave. Then it was Ann Dave. And then this and that. And then some poor woman. I don't know. Somebody was going to. Anthony Sabato. Remember him? Chachi. There's nobody to show up. Nobody. George Goober Lindsay. The big names. You know what I mean? Ganilla Hutton. All the Lulu Roman. All your fellow. So anyway, my friends. Think about it. Think about it. And let me say right now to our dear friends, to Moorman, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I missed this one. Excuse me. Moorman says, embarrassed by my country. Absolutely. I work my tail off every week because it is who I am. And my ticker is now a real pain in the neck. What can a man like me actually do? Very frustrating. Your ticker is you mean your ticker? What do you mean about that? Take care of your ticker. You're a good man, Moorman. Let us know how we can support you. Like where we can come by and buy Moors. Maybe we'll have a party at your place. We'll all just get on a plane and we have to have a meetup. I hear other people talking about these meetups. By the way, February 3rd, Cutting Room, New York City. Yours truly. And you haven't seen me do this before. Now we have quick Q&A. I mean, it's like the most interactive thing you've ever heard and you've seen in your life. Ramona, thank you so much, dear heart. You are so incredibly kind. I thank you. Ali Tabooger or Tabooger. I don't want to mispronounce it. Morgan and Morgan, thank you. John Billow or Bio. 1-800 Lionel Show, thank you. Mr. Chuck E. Cheese, thank you as well for that. And let me see, what have we got here? And our friends at Rite Aid, thank you for that. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. All right, dear friends. Anyway, we've been on the air tonight with you an hour and 5 minutes. I want to thank you. You made my night. It is such a pleasure being with you. Have a great and a glorious evening. Don't forget to follow Mrs. L at, let me see right now. Where is that brand? Just a minute. Here we go. Don't forget to follow Lynn's Warriors on X. I still can't say X, or Twitter at Lynn's Warriors, and YouTube at Lynn's Warriors. Sign up and subscribe. Great stuff. And by the way, don't forget our friends at My Pillow. Boy, they are coming after him. Mike Lindell. They're just ghoulish. The best products, the best sheets, the best towels, the best pillows, the best slippers, the best. MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. Remember that. All right, dear friends, we will see you tomorrow. Have a great and a glorious evening. Thank you again for your kindness and your love. Don't lose perspective. Let's talk about this and build up and commune, so to speak, with our shared love of liberty in this country. All right, friends, see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Until then, remember these words: the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Dead.